Hello viewers. Welcome to Best Product Review. In this video we are going to be checking out the best 5 budget laptop. We made this list based on our personal opinion and hours of research, and we have listed them based on the type of features and price. We have included options for every type of user, so whether you are looking for the best budget. If you want more information and updated pricing on the product mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description below. Oh yes, since you're a new channel, don't forget to subscribe to us, and if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification, as it will help us grow. So let's get started with video. Number 5. Lenovo Chromebook Duet Budget Laptop. The Lenovo Chromebook Duet is the rare detachable Chromebook. Is it a Chromebook, or is it an Android tablet? At just under $300, it's priced like a Chromebook, but unfortunately, it runs like a slow, budget tablet. Whether you're streaming Netflix or writing an email, the Duet just constantly chugs along. Its MediaTek brain feels no pressure to outcompete other, more powerful Chromebooks and tablets in the same price range. That said, when videos and ebooks finally load, the Duet treats you to a bright, vivid 1920 x 1200p screen that's crisper than what you get on most mid-range laptops. You'll also be hard-pressed to find a lighter Chromebook than this one-pound wonder. When you add the beautiful denimish keyboard case that's included with the Duet, it still only weighs a little under 2 pounds, and this 10-inch detachable hits 10 hours of battery life on our browser-based test, one of the best scores we've seen for Chromebooks. It doesn't get much more portable than this. But is the detachable form factor worth the portability? It depends on what you value. Because of limited onboard space, the Duet has a single USB-C port for both charging and accessories. Its cover, while elegant, is not all that practical, as its cardboard fold-back rear is prone to flopping over and causing repeated frustration when in laptop mode. When you manage to stabilize it, you will at least not be let down by its decent trackpad and keyboard. I would skip this Chromebook for now, but I am excited to see what the next iteration of the Duet will look like. If it has more oomph and a sturdier case, it will make an awesome Chromebook and a worthy iPad rival. Number 4. Acer Aspire 5 Budget Laptop. The Acer Aspire 5 is a legend in the cheap laptop arena. For years, you could get an Acer Aspire and get an extremely fast laptop with a ton of memory and storage for around $550, with an upgraded model around $700. It was plastic, the screen was bad, and it was bulky, including a CD burner, but it was great for the price. The updated Aspire 5 has an all-new design that sheds some of the thickness, and the CD burner, RIP, for a design that feels like a more conventional, affordable machine. It has chiclet-style keys, a mostly plastic body, and a raft of ports including a full-size HDMI, USB-C, 3 USB ports, and an honest-to-goodness Ethernet port. It also sports some updated design cues that lend it an air of class that the previous Aspire sorely lacked. In our tests, the updated Aspire proved it's still a great machine if you need a lot of power and ports on a budget. The machine was more than fast enough for basic tasks, though the battery lasted less than 7 hours in our browsing test and the screen was fine, at best. Number 3. Asus Zenbook 14 Budget Laptop. Compared to last generation's Zenbook 13, the Zenbook 14 trades in an aluminum chassis and a gorgeous display for markedly better performance and battery life, all while maintaining the Zenbook line's admirable portability. I'm a little disappointed to see the premium build quality go, but I would still say this is a good mid-range buy with some of the best battery life and weight in its class. While the chassis is not as glorious as I was expecting this generation, the silver plastic does a decent job of emulating the look of aluminum. The reason it's such a sad swap is that this Zenbook has worse heat retention than the old one, and it is not as resistant to drops and dents. Even so, it is by no means a fragile butterfly. Meanwhile, I have nothing but good things to say about its keyboard. It's deeper and easier to type on, and it's not as cramped as the Zenbook 13's keyboard. The extra inch makes a difference. This model's trackpad isn't the glassy glider from, say, a MacBook, but it's nonetheless comfortable to use thanks to its width and its excellent fingertip detection. I was not impressed with the Zenbook 14's screen. This matte 1080p panel's black level gets darker than last gen's glossy screen, but it's also 70 nits dimmer at max brightness. Its colors are also a bit more washed out than those of the Zenbook 13's display. One aspect where the Zenbook 14 far surpasses its predecessor is in performance, arguably the aspect that most affects your experience with a laptop. Its new Ryzen 5 4500U processor is blazing fast, crushing the old Intel Core i5-8500U in benchmarks, and its lower power consumption means the Zenbook 14 has a battery life of almost 8.5 hours. Number 2. HP Stream 14 Budget Laptop. If you've ever shopped for a laptop this cheap, you know the market is a bit of a minefield. We've been testing $200 and $300 laptops for years, and while it's a challenge to find worthwhile machines, we're always excited to share the gems we dig up. The HP Stream 14 is barely over $200, and it won't blow anyone away with its performance, but it works. Its 1366x768p display is washed out, but comfortable enough to read on and watch an occasional video. Similarly, the trackpad and keyboard will get you through any reports or emails you may need to type, but it may not be the best for your next big novel. While our top laptops pack a punch with super-fast processors, the Stream 14 offers something closer to a gentle nudge with its performance. We run Cinebench to test most Windows 10 laptops, but the Stream only rendered about half the image after an hour of chugging. An entry-level, $400 Lenovo Ideapad 3 finished rendering the image in less than 15 minutes. In real-world applications, even the most basic web pages took a couple of seconds to load, and anything beefier than a single Chrome tab was just a nightmare. The Stream 14's measly 4 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage mean that it can barely chug through the basic Windows processes, and adding anything else on top will notably reduce performance. If you don't need to buy a new laptop right now, I'd advise you to save a little more money and buy a more capable laptop. Even if you don't mind the slow performance, the storage isn't upgradable, and a 32 GB drive will fill itself up with Windows patches alone. However, if you do need a new Windows laptop ASAP, this is one of the best laptops we've tested at this price range. Number 1. Lenovo Ideapad Flex 5 Chromebook Budget Laptop. I never thought I could like a Chromebook as much as I like the Flex 5. It's snappy, it feels luxurious, it looks classy, it has a nice screen, it's affordable, and it has a flawless keyboard and trackpad. What doesn't it have? This is an excellent mid-range Chromebook that succeeds as both a clamshell laptop and as a two-in-one. It stands sturdy when I use it as a laptop, and the hinges snap nicely to make a seamless tablet configuration. If you want a machine for your everyday load, where you just want something that will be a pleasure to write, watch, read, and play on, the Flex 5 shines. It has a large, smooth trackpad with excellent tracking, a keyboard that I could easily type on for hours, and a touch screen that's always sensitive to my fingertips. I also had no problems with the screen, as it provided a picture that was great for YouTube and Netflix binging. It doesn't have enough brightness to, say, read in a park on a sunny day, but it's more than enough for use in a well-lit room. Because the Flex 5 runs Chrome OS, its 4 GB of RAM and Intel Core i3 processor felt snappy no matter what I threw at it. However, while the Flex 5 outperformed quite a few higher-end processors in single-core benchmarks, it did not manage to match Intel's Core i5 or AMD's Ryzen 5 processors in multi-core benchmarks. That means it's underpowered for the most intensive of tasks, such as video editing and 3D modeling, but it can handle lighter 3D games like Fortnite and bloated web browsers just fine. If you want to take your Chromebook with you wherever you go, it will serve you for an afternoon or shorter plane ride, but you'll want to have a USB-C charger on hand. In our tests, its battery lasted just 6 hours. This is by far this Chromebook's biggest flaw, especially because Chromebooks are designed for exceptional battery life. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like this unbiased review. And please don't forget to subscribe us to get the news of upcoming reviews. Stay tuned.
Fuck her in the Benz.